Of all the makes and models that we work on or have worked on over the years, including all the way back to 1908 Simplex or 1913 Packard and so forth, the cars that we are most familiar with and the models and so forth are Rolls-Royce and Bentley models. And that's one reason that dealerships and Rolls and Bentley representatives send their woodwork to us for repair. That is woodwork still under warranty. Now occasionally, sometimes that's a spontaneous crack, and you can see the article on our blog regarding interchangeable parts, which will cover that somewhat. This is, excuse me, out of a Phantom, and it's some rosewood, and it's a little fascia in the back of the car, console area. The problem with this particular piece, as it came to us, is that there was already an attempted repair by someone at the dealership. And it's going to be better if you send us the part directly with the broken pieces or whatever is related, and let us handle the repair from start to finish. So now we have a good piece, that is a chipped out piece that seems to be intact, that was glued using what kind of glue? And was it clamped? Was it properly positioned? These are things that are non-reversible. Once the glue goes on, you're not going to be getting this piece off, even if it's misaligned. And really, to extend this out a little bit, no matter how well positioned and glued this piece is, the repair is not complete. Because as you can see, the crack is not just in the veneer, but of course the clear coat that's on top of it. And so until that's repaired, putting the wood piece back does absolutely no good. And again, even if this is a perfect glue up, it's not a complete repair because the finish, this piece still needs to get sprayed. So you're not really achieving anything because more than likely it isn't going to be a perfect glue up. So we'll be back in a day or so to get we're expediting this out of the shop to the dealership, and we'll take a look, see how successful we are in eliminating the crack. These are two parts, one out of a Ghost and one out of a new Bentley from back east dealers, two different dealers. This particular piece, which looks like Macassar ebony, is chipped on the ends. That in itself, not too complicated to repair as long as you know what you're doing, and with experience we do. The problem is this chrome piece, which appears that there's no attachments and appears it's glued on and could present a problem as far as taking off and so forth. We've been in touch with Rolls-Royce, and they are going to supply a separate piece of chrome for this so that if it gets damaged in the removal, it won't be a factor. They're already anticipating that happening. Hopefully it won't. This piece is a console out of a new Bentley, and it's madrone and had a small chip in the corner here. We've already begun the repair on it, a localized repair where that is, and then there'll be a global refinishing of the piece in order to make a seamless coating. It should be completely disappeared by the time we're finished. We were in earlier today talking about these two pieces and a couple of others, one of which we'll review as a finished one tomorrow. These parts came from dealers back east and also California. Oddly enough, 3 of them arrived yesterday overnight, and we're shipping 2 of them out today. So fast turnaround. We give expedited service to Bentley and Rolls-Royce dealers for this kind of thing where car is down. Unfortunate circumstance where there was a chip here on the part of a mechanic on a new Bentley. So the repair is basically invisible. It wasn't too large to begin with, but nonetheless it had broken the clear coat and a little bit of the veneer. So we ended up making localized repair and finishing the part. This is madrone. This is rosewood. This is a part out of a Phantom that had a larger chip out of here. So we were somewhat lucky in this case that the part, even though it needed some additional cosmetics and some removal of glue under the finish and so on, we were able to do in a more complex repair than this piece, and then recoat this entire piece so that essentially it's invisible and the repair is seamless. And that's what we're looking for anytime this sort of thing happens. This particular piece is out of a Rolls-Royce Ghost, and in the early video we showed it had 2 chips here, one on each end of the door. As you can see from the previous pictures or the before pictures, that this is a finish that does not show any any vestige of the damage that was there before. So here you were able to keep, by doing this, you're able to keep the original part with the car. So certainly this car is in production. They could have ordered a replacement part, but we've gone through that issue in an article on our blog called Interchangeable Parts. It's always best to keep the wood with that family of wood that started together when the car was built, and that's exactly what this process allows to do.